And now we get to the last part of Unit 2. We've discussed the Reisha excluding chuppah and chalifin from the methods of Kiddushin. We've discussed the Seifa excluding chalitza from ways that a woman could leave a Kiddushin. What we're left with last is to explain, well, if there is compelling logic to say why chalitza should work, because it's stronger than get from the Kal V'chomer, so then why doesn't it? And that's what we're going to finish up by discussing. So as in the last Gemara, when it came to Chalipin, the Gemara asked the same question here. Ve'ema, why don't we say Hachinami? This too also would work, right? If we just said that, if we just gave a very good logic to why Chalitza would work, because of the Kal V'chomer, and that's why our Mishnah has to exclude it. So why does the Mishnah exclude it if there's logic? So the Gemara answers, Amar Kra, the Pasuk says, Sefer Kritut. Okay, when discussing divorce, it says if a man will give a woman a Sefer Kritut, a written document, so to speak, of that separates them. So if the Torah, when discussing a man and woman getting divorced, the man could just say when a man divorces a woman, by saying when a man divorces a woman by giving her a Sefer Kritut, and that's the example of all gittin, of all divorce, I should say. So clearly, this is the only way to do it. So the Gemara explains this pasuk, Sefer Korta, something written can separate her. The Ein Davar Achad Korta, but if something else cannot separate her, cannot detach them. So again, the Gemara says, Heim Hachinami, say that this too also does work. Let's say Hachinami, this too also works. So the Gemara answers, no, Amar Kra, this pasuk says Sefer Kritut, that he gives her a Sefer Kritut, which teaches Sefer Korta, Sefer, something written has to separate her, Ein Davar Achad Korta, and something else does not separate her. The operating phrase here that we discussed was what's called a Gezeirat. Well, let's make that a little bit thicker so we can see it. It's what we call a Gezeirat HaKatuv. Okay, it's literally means a decree from the pasuk, from what's written. Gezeirat HaKatuv, meaning even though there's logic to explain why, to argue why machalit or other things can be used, at the end of the day, you see that it's a Gezeirat HaKatuv. It says directly in the pasuk Sefer Kritut. So clearly, the Torah is telling us whether there's logic or not that other things should work. The Torah is clearly decreeing that to this way and no other way. It's called the Gezeirat HaKatuv. It's when there's logic to explain one way, but the Torah says no. This is exactly how it is because I said so. Basically.